Once again, find a posture that is both grounded and relaxed. Sit in a way that allows your body to feel stable. Let your spine rise naturally. Relax your shoulders. Relax your shoulders. Let your hands rest gently on your knees. Now soften your face, your jaw, and the space around your eyes. Allow your body to become still, but not tense. Feel the support beneath you by the Mother Earth. Now bring your attention to the breath. There is no need to control it. Just simply notice the breath as it comes in and as it goes out. Breathing in, know that you are breathing in. Breathing out, know that you are breathing out. If the mind wanders, that is okay. Gently recognize it and return to the breath. As the music is playing, allow your mind and heart to settle and gently arrive in this space. When it comes to meditation, there are many forms. Now please open your booklet, pages 4 and 5. Sutra Chanting Meditation, pages 4 and 5. Samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, lost all to nature of all Buddhas, enlightened master. Sentient beings who one manifest as both permanence and impermanence, fused as permanent, still one into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is fused as impermanence, still one unfolds infinite world through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe and the birth aging. All beings according to how we use our minds and bodies in the four forms of birth, we transform through 6 forms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholehearted, modeling ourselves after Iran Sangha Dharma Kaya Buddha, cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and principles thoroughly, using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace rather until we attain the great empowerment of one and become one with the nature of one. The Bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing prajna paramita, realized 5 aggregates are empty and thus became free from all suffering and distress. So Shariputra from does not differ from emptiness, emptiness. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form, the same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. No eyes are empty, they do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Emptiness, no form, no sensations, no perceptions, impulses, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind. Form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object. No form of by ear, nose, tongue, body, or mind, consciousness, no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance. Old days and death, no extinction of them, no suffering, no cause of suffering.
cessation of suffering, past no wisdom, no attainment, with nothing to attain, the Bodhisattva realized Prajna Paramita. Therefore the mind has no hindrance without. No fears exist, free from delusion, one doesn't live. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely on Prajna Paramita and attain supreme enlightenment. Therefore know that Prajna Paramita is the great mantra. Great enlightening mantra is the unsurpassed and unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true, not false, so proclaim Prajna Paramita mantra, which says gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awake. Gate, gate, paragat, parasam gate, bodhisvaha gate, gate, paragate, parasam gate, bodhisvaha gate, gate, paragat, parasam gate, bodhisvaha.
You may put down your booklet now. And let us take a minute for our self-body stretching. Feel free to move and stretch your body in any direction. This morning, our lay minister, Kathy, will give us a Dharma talk on a mother's heart from one mind to all beings. Please join your palms together. Let us greet Kathy. Good morning.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day to everyone. So first I want to dedicate my talk to all mothers today. So I see you, your great love, your toil, your sacrifice, your strength and courage as you quietly hold the world. So before I became a mother, I had many ideas about life, about practice, and about patience. And then I became a mother and I realized I knew absolutely nothing. So for me, entering motherhood may have been the beginning of what it means to truly practice and to live fully. I remember the day when I went to the doctors and saw the very first heartbeat of my first child on an ultrasound. It's so small, right? It's so small, like a little sesame seed, like a fast little sesame seed. You know, some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it took me about 2 seconds to fall deeply in love with that tiny being growing inside of me. And about 3.5 months later, I went back to the doctor for my checkup, and they did another ultrasound. But this time, there was no heartbeat. And in that moment, I knew what it meant when people use the expression, I have a broken heart. After that, a few months later, I had another miscarriage. And then I went to my teacher with tears streaming down my face. And I said to him, I said, did I do something wrong in my past life? Why is this my karma? Did I hurt someone? And he looked at me with such deep compassion, and he told me a story. So in truth, I had never really heard the story. Instead, while he spoke, a thought arose in my mind. It was as if his mind spoke directly to my heart. And the thought was, what if? What if these beings only needed to feel a mother's love, and that was all? Could I do that knowing that I would lose them? Would I be willing to take that on? And I remember the feeling that came over me, and I felt, I can, I will. So later that day, I prayed. I went into the temple and I prayed in front of the Buddha statue. And I said, if there are any beings that need to feel the love of a mother, then I would be honored to be that for you. So I had 3 more miscarriages after this. But something miraculous happened. With each of these pregnancies, I knew almost immediately when I was pregnant, and almost immediately I knew, right before they would leave. So I had the most amount of time possible to give all my love to them. So I got to welcome those lives, those little lives, love them with my whole heart, and I got to thank them and pray for them as they left. And each loss was still excruciatingly painful, but their short lives felt complete somehow. So what I thought of as a loss became an opportunity to love like a mother. So a mother's love is unconditional and selfless. And somewhere along the way, I began to understand something I hadn't before. That this kind of love wasn't something I created. It was something that was revealed. And I also began to understand cause and effect in a different way. Before, I thought karma, cause and effect, meant asking, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? But motherhood showed me something else, that in every moment there is a cause. We may not know what the cause is directly, but at every moment there is also a choice in how we meet what arises, a choice that begins with the intention we set in our minds. So pain may come, loss may come, but what we give in response, that becomes the next cause that dictates how we shape our lives. So in Won Buddhism, we're taught that the principle of cause and effect is precise and continuous. So what we think, say, and do has consequences. Failing to understand this is the root of our suffering. So you may have heard the saying, probably in this room, something like it. If you plant a carrot seed, you get a carrot, right? A carrot seed can never produce a tomato. In the same way, what we give, we receive. So this is not condemnation. This is a key to our freedom. I'm reminded of this principle through the life of Mr. Rogers. I think most of you must know Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, right? Yes. So in an interview, he once said, when I was a boy and I would see scary things on the news, my mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. in response to that teaching from his mother, he said, I have found out that this is true about our wonderful world. So Mr. Rogers became a man, as you most know, who changed the face of public television and education, and he was a hero for all children. He was my hero. So his mother didn't give him a false view of what is when tragedy happens. Instead, with her pure intention, she planted a seed, one that gave him a well-rounded view so he could see clearly. He could see the grace that was evident in what seemed tragic. This set the course for his life. So when we look closely, we can also begin to see that we are never acting alone. We are the continuation of what has been given to us, and at the same time, we are the beginning of what we choose to offer next. Because the grace of my mother, my parents, I have this life. And it was the grace of my teacher's compassionate response that helped me embrace my miscarriages and turn toward gratitude. In every ordinary moment, through the 6 sense organs, through what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, and think, we are receiving the world and we are responding to it. But when we pause, when we begin to see our conditioned patterns more clearly, when we recognize the grace hidden in the thousands of small moments throughout our day, something begins to open in our mind. We begin to reel an innate capacity for love. A love that's not separate, but that has always been here. A love that's similar in nature to a mother's love. And in that space of awareness, we are no longer only reacting automatically. We begin to see that there is also a choice, a possibility for selflessness. And what I find remarkable about this inner experience is that modern science is coming around, understanding it more clearly. So last week, during a Dharma talk, Reverend Yu explained to us the effects of meditation. So he talked about meditation increases our gray matter in our brain, the density of our gray matter, which helps with cognitive functioning and many things, our memory and neuroplasticity. And he also said that it also reduces the size of the amygdala. So that's our fear-based center, our reactionary behaviors. So meditation helps us with that. But when a woman becomes a mother, many changes also occur in the brain. And one such change is called motherhood specialization. So in the brain, right about here, sort of, there is the medial prefrontal cortex. And it's responsible for our capacity for empathy, our emotional center, and recognizing identity. So within this part of the brain, we recognize things as, self, this is mine, and other, that's theirs. So, however, in mothers, the brain recognizes a sense of identity to include another being. So self and baby have the same pattern. There's little to no differentiation. And I believe this shows us something extraordinary. It gives us a picture of our true nature, the true nature of our mind. The human capacity to go beyond a fixed sense of self that is present at the very gateway through which each of us entered this world of form. So in many ways, this is our first teaching. In many ways, it points us towards the direction of our true selves. So the Diamond Sutra says, a bodhisattva should give rise to a mind that does not abide anywhere. a mind that does not cling to self or other, a mind that simply responds. And in that spirit, we begin to see the ability to loosen our sense of a fixed self, the ability to feel another's experience as deeply meaningful and not separate from our own, and the ability to give love that is impartial, boundless, and selfless. This is not something motherhood creates. It is something motherhood reveals and strengthens. So I want to ask you or invite you for a moment, if you feel comfortable, if you could gently close your eyes. Take a moment to bring to mind your mother or a mother figure in your life. And her life may have not been always easy. Her choices may have not been perfect. You may have had a complicated or painful relationship, and still, she was your first home, the one through whom you entered this world. And in whatever way you can, simply offer a quiet moment of acknowledgement and a small thank you. Because who you are in this moment, habits, our way of being, even our struggles have been shaped through countless visible and invisible conditions that she is a part of that. And from that recognition, we are invited to something more. We're invited to become mothers to the world. This is our practice. We cultivate this through a steady, accumulative practice on the cushion and in the unfolding moments of our daily lives. So when we leave this room today, our practice continues. To mother the world doesn't require a grand gesture. It lives in the precision of the next moment, in the choice to truly see the person in front of us and to recognize that their heartbeat is as real as our own. When we pause before reacting in anger, when we offer a word of encouragement to become to someone who is struggling, we are planting small seeds of grace. And this sets causes in motion that lead toward healing rather than harm. So let us move forward with this understanding. Our lives are a sacred continuation, and each moment gives another opportunity to reveal the selfless love that already lives within us. In this way, even our ordinary days become a kind of living prayer. Little by little, step by step, we become who we truly are. We are those who come to understand that every image is a Buddha image, and every act is a Buddha offering. So may we have the courage to meet the world with a mother's heart, boundless, impartial, and ever ready to love. To end my talk today, I want to say thank you to my children. My children who are on either side of me, which is so lovely. Thank you to my children who have gifted me with capacity to love that I never thought was possible. And thank you to my own mother who gave me this life. And thank you to my teachers in this room who show me how to use this selfless love each and every day. Happy Mother's Day. May you be a source of grace in this world.
Thank you, Kathy, for your genuine sharing and for showing us how a suffering mind can be transformed into the mind of love and gratitude, and how great it is for some of us can actually have this experience of give a birth to a child. And happy Mother's Day. And let us continue our moments of reflection on the grace of mothers as Mark playing a song. You may close your eyes.
See on our weary soul. Mercy on our weary soul. Faith that we might boldly go deep within, that we might see the all that we were meant to be. Shine the light of love within. Love is where we all begin. Free from hunger, free from fear and greed, to each according to their need. We'll build a world where dreams come true. Our future's up to me and you. Bless these children, guide their way, that we might build a brighter day.
That was lovely. So, motherhood may not be experienced by everyone, but we all have our own mothers in our lives, whether they are currently with us or have passed away. So, how fortunate we are to be able to enjoy this moment today, thanks to our mothers who brought and nurtured us into this world. So, I'd like you to join your palms together. Let us offer a prayer. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace. With boundless love, mothers nurture, empower, and guide their children. Through their wisdom and care, they lay the foundation for their children's lives, helping shape them into adulthood. We pray for all mothers, young and old, near and far, especially our own mothers, and all those who have lovingly fulfilled the role of mother in our lives. May every mother throughout the world be blessed with strength, wisdom, and patience as they carry out the noble calling of motherhood. May each one feel cherished, honored, and valued, not only today, but every single day. For anyone who carries pain or difficulty in their relationship with their mother, may they receive the guidance and healing needed to release unresolved feelings with compassion and peace. This we pray with one mind and one heart. Thank you for your prayer. And I know not only Kathy, but among us, I believe there are those who are mothers themselves. So for them, we have prepared a flower up here. And this is our humble gift to mothers who present here today in our service. So we invite you to come forward and receive a flower from the altar. Please come forward. Pick the color that speaks to your heart. And among of us, if you're not a mother, but if you plan to visit your mom today, you can also come up and take a flower with you. Nobody? Oh my gosh. Really? Soren, come up. And Sai? There are two boys of Kathy.
They both picked red.
Kathy, do you want to take a flower? That's theirs for you, but you can take your flower. I hope you enjoy this service, this gathering today. My heart is full of warmth and love. So next Sunday, we'll have another celebration of Buddha's. So Buddha's birthday celebration is going to be held next Sunday, 17th. And on our One Buddhism introduction class will be held a day before the Sunday, Saturday the 16th at 10 a.m. The class is for anyone who would like to learn more about the essential teachings of One Buddhism. We teach the grace of mothers and other graces as well, and how to actually actualize that grace in our lives, which is called threefold practice. So you are welcome to come and learn these teachings together. So you can see me after this service or email me if you're interested. And we hope that you continue Mother's Day gratitude throughout today, this afternoon. Hope to see you next Sunday.